Good afternoon, this is Darno from Porsche of Ocala. Just wanted to take a moment to show you this Carmine Red 2017 Carrera S Cabriolet. For 2017, Porsche changed the 911, so this is now the 991.2 generation. There were a couple changes that they've made. You have active vents in the front grille to help control the airflow. When you're going around to the back of the vehicle, you can see that there's an opening at the bottom of the rear bumper, which I'll go back to in a second. The biggest change that they made was the engine. So now all of the Carreras and the Carrera S's are now 3-liter twin-turboed engines. With this being the S model, it's 420 horsepower, 368 pound-foot of torque that you receive at 1,700 RPM. So that's barely above idle, which is quite impressive for a performance vehicle. Going around to the back, this car has a sport exhaust system. So you got the twin pipes coming out of the center. As a standard, they come with backup cameras and parking sensors for 2017. This opening on the bottom of the bumper actually serves a great purpose, and it's on both sides. So when you go to the back of the vehicle, you have these openings. Now air is forced around the car into the intercoolers that's in there, so it cools down the air that's going into feeding into the turbos, and then the hot air comes out the bottom. This design actually helped Porsche gain 70 extra horsepower with these motors. You have these newly designed tail lights that have a 3D effect. This vehicle specifically has the badges painted to match the color of the car. Also has these beautiful carbon fiber mirror caps with the black accents, look really good on the car. This car does have the full LED lighting, so you have LED headlights as well as LED daytime running lights. And it does have the Porsche entry and drive system. So you have a little notch there so you can lock the car if you wanted to by just touching it. And if you want to unlock it, just put your hand inside the door handle, and that works as long as the key is within range of the vehicle, which is 4 feet. Going inside, some of the changes that they've made wouldn't be noticeable at first, but you have this newly designed steering wheel, and you have a couple different options with the steering wheel. This one specifically is a sport design steering wheel. So you get these little rivets here in the steering wheel, and it's actually 10 millimeters smaller than the standard steering wheel, so it actually helps to improve handling on the vehicle. This car has the carbon fiber trim, so it goes all along the dash, and then your center console here. And speaking of the center console, you have a newly designed radio here. This is the new PCM that has kind of a frameless display. It's a lot more crisp than the last generation, a lot more fast responding. Very, very easy to operate. The TFT has stayed the same for this generation. The only thing that's going to be different now on the 911 Carrera S is now you have a boost gauge built into the dash. This car does have the Sport Chrono package. For this generation, not only do you get the upgraded transmission mounts, not only do you get the clock integrated into the dash that'll always also act as a lap timer, as well as this G-force meter. You also get this new switch so that you can actually change the driving modes. So right now it shows that it's in the normal mode, and as you turn it to the right, you see it says S for Sport, and you turn it to the right again, it says S Plus for Sport Plus, and then you have an I. The I is for an individual mode that you can customize. So for instance, if you wanted to just have your sport exhaust on and have the spoiler up, you can go to individual and it'll do those things without you pressing multiple buttons. The beautiful thing about this new switch that they've added to the vehicle is the Sport Response button, which is the button directly in the center of this. When you press that, it'll close the wastegate for 20 seconds. That way you're getting extra boost to the motor. And Porsche says you can do this as many times as you like. It doesn't do anything that's damaging to the motor. It just simply closes the wastegate. So when you press it, the timer comes up in your display, counts down to 20 seconds. You can even hear the difference with the sound. Now the switch makes it real easy, so that let's say you're driving, you want to switch modes. Look at this, my hand's on the steering wheel. I just use my thumb and I can switch to driving mode just like that. The Sport Plus also gives you the ability to utilize launch control. TFT is an amazing addition that Porsche added to this, and I'll go back to that in a second. Just go over some of the other options that this vehicle has. You have the heated and ventilated seats, a dual zone climate control, PDK transmission, and not everyone's always familiar with the PDK. A lot of people think it's just your typical automatic. It was very genius for the car manufacturers to think of technology such as this. It's truly a manual transmission, but operates like an automatic. And because the computer's doing all the work, it actually shifts a lot faster than humanly possible. So for 2017, they made a slight change so that when you pull it down into drive and you push it to the manual mode, instead of pushing it forward to shift up, you're going to pull it towards you to shift up. And that's so that you're going with the momentum of the car and you're not going against the car, which was quite genius. Okay. As you go down, you see this car has the PASM, which is a Porsche Active Suspension Management. So with this button being illuminated, that means that the car is going to be in the stiffest setting to give you more of a performance ride. You have your Porsche Stability Management. Now for 2017, they changed it just a little bit, so if you press it for 3 seconds, it only partially deactivates the PSM, and if you press and hold it for a longer period of time, it turns it 100% off. You have the spoiler button here, so you can raise the spoiler at will if you wanted to. You press and hold it to bring it back down. You have your sport exhaust button, your automatic start and stop, which is going to shut off, allow the engine to shut off so you can conserve fuel. And the PDK works in conjunction with the automatic start and stop. So when you're decelerating and you're slowing down, the transmission will actually disengage from the engine so that you have a coasting effect, which is something that's typically found on hybrids. So the technology on this vehicle is exceptional. The roof is very easy to operate. You have a control here to open it. You have a control here to put it back up, and then you have this button here so that you can put up the screen in the back so that you help reduce the noise in the vehicle. So I'm going to do that now so you get a good look at the vehicle with the top down. And it's impressive that you can operate the top on the vehicle up to 35 miles an hour. It just makes it so much more convenient, because if it starts to rain, then all you have to do is slow down to the appropriate speed, and then you can put the top back up. It really changes the look of the vehicle, having the top down. And of course, one of the things that most people love about the 911 is the fact that you have it's a rear engine car, which is pretty unique, and then you have the trunk here up front. So sports cars typically in this class don't really have much luggage space, but with this you actually can do any day-to-day grocery shopping or any activities that you do day-to-day, as well as plan for a short trip. Okay. Again, this is Darno from Porsche Locale. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you.